My dear, things are really happening. Oh. Listen to my story. How this guy and his family tricked me, and I housed him and his girlfriend thinking they are siblings. Hi everyone, it is Precious again. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time passing through my channel, please, I beg you, subscribe, okay? It won't cost you nothing. Just support me by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I put up another interesting video, you will be the first to get notified. And if you're my returning viewer and that you've subscribed and you always come in to support, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And if you have passed through my channel before and you know deep down you're looking at that subscribe button, you've not clicked it yet. It's still showing that you should subscribe. Please subscribe and support me. Thank you. And as you guys know, I always bring you interesting true life stories. So I've got another one for you guys today. Sit back and enjoy. I met this guy sometime last year. He approached me on my way back from work. We spoke a little and we vibed. He was also a very nice looking man. So when he asked me for my number, I gave it to him. We spoke on the phone for a few weeks and then we started dating. The first month of our relationship, he introduced me to his family, like every single member of his family. They were having a ceremony in his family house and he invited me, and through that I met everyone. I met his mom, his sister, his grandmother, almost every member of his family, and they all liked me. His mom even told me she couldn't wait for me to join their family. After that meeting, once in a while he would take me over to his family house to meet them, and they would cook and we would all eat and laugh. 2 months into our relationship, he came to visit me at my apartment and he looked worried. I asked him if he was okay and he said his rent was due. His job has also not been doing well for some time, so he didn't have enough money to pay to continue staying at his apartment. His landlord has asked him to move out that weekend. He would have gone to stay with his mother, but his mother was living in their family house in a one-bedroom apartment. Going back there would make him look like a failure in front of everyone, and he had nowhere else to go. He asked if I could let him move in with me for some time so he'll be able to pick himself up and rent another place. He told me that he was expecting some money in a month time, so he would be out before I know it. I had a very good job and I was living in a two-bedroom apartment. I was beginning to fall for this man and he was really serious about me. I was seeing myself spending the rest of my life with him. So I was like, no problem. And he moved into my apartment that same weekend. And when this man moved in, he would help me sweep the apartment. If he gets home before me, he would cook food and leave some for me. He would wash all the dishes after we ate, and he was a very clean man. Living with him was great, and I fell in love with him more as the day goes by. I thought I had finally met my dream man. That is what I thought. But if I knew then what I know now, I would have never allowed that man to step foot into my house. So everything was great in our relationship. The love was growing. The family of my boyfriend loved me. Like everything was just perfect. One day, one of his sisters came to visit him at my apartment. I was really vibing with her more than the other sisters. When it was time for her to leave, it was quite late and she looked like someone who wanted to stay the night. So I suggested she should sleep over and leave the next day. I had a spare room after all. So she spent the night with us and left the next day. Once in a while, she would come and visit us, sleep over, and then leave the next day. And we were becoming very good friends at this point. One day, she came over to visit us, and instead of leaving the next day, she stayed for about 3 more days. I didn't really mind because I loved having her around. She also cooked and cleaned the house anytime she comes around. So, like I said, I didn't really mind having her around. Gradually, she would come and stay for like 1 week. Even though I liked it, her brother was already staying with me, and it looked like both of them were trying to move in because anytime she came, she would leave something of hers behind. And I didn't know how to tell her about the way I was feeling without ruining my relationship with her because we were really in good terms. One weekend, she came over to visit us like the way she always does. And at this point, I've been dating her brother for about 6 months. And she slept over like she always does. Now, her second night in the house, I woke up to go and pee and I realized my boyfriend was not laying beside me. I've woken up a lot of times and my boyfriend had not being beside me, but I knew he was the kind of person to wake up in the middle of the night to eat something. I was about to go back to sleep when I realized that I wouldn't mind eating something myself. So I went to the kitchen to get something too. But when I got to the kitchen, he was not there and it was past 2 a.m. I looked around the apartment. He was nowhere to be found. The only place I had not looked was the spare bedroom where his sister was sleeping. In my mind, I was like, what is he going to do in his sister's room at this time? I was about to knock when I heard sounds coming from the bedroom. So I put my ear against the door and something was definitely going on inside the bedroom. And oh my God, I couldn't believe my eyes when I opened the door. When I opened the door of the bedroom, my boyfriend was on top of his sister doing the nasty. I was shocked and stunned. Like, what was I seeing? I even rubbed my eyes to see if I was really seeing what I was seeing. Both of them were naked, and immediately they saw me. My boyfriend removed himself from his sister and came to kneel in front of me, telling me to give him chance to explain. Explain what? I was like, explain what? Exactly, explain what? I was like, explain what? I asked both of them to leave my apartment immediately, and they were both naked when I threw them out. I didn't even allow them to take any of their clothes. I was shocked by what I just seen. I didn't even know what to do. I called my mom immediately, but she didn't pick up. I guess she was already fast asleep. I just broke down in tears and I cried all night. I cried myself to sleep. When I woke up the next day, I saw a bunch of missed calls from both my boyfriend and his sister, and some text messages too. And that is when I realized that I've been a fool to these people for 6 good months. That girl was not his sister. She was his girlfriend of 3 years. Hey! This is what they've been doing, and his whole family was in on it. They used to stay with his mom in their family house, and I think they were thrown out or something. What he does is he will look for a single lady who has an apartment. Then he will move in with her and then invite his girlfriend to come over. And gradually, she will also move in. And all this time, the girlfriend will be thinking she is his sister. So I was basically feeding and providing shelter for this grown-up man and his girlfriend for 6 good months. Hey, it is heartbreaking, Jesus. And his family knew about it all along. And from what I was hearing, they've done it to two other ladies. But I just couldn't let it go. This level of betrayal was too much for me. I have 3 brothers and they are all in soldiers. And I'm the only girl. I called them and I told them the whole story one after the other. And they were so pissed off. They told me not to worry and that they would take care of it. 2 days later, one of my brothers came to pick me up and took me to their camp. And I saw my ex-boyfriend and his girlfriend there, kneeling down in the sand. Immediately they saw me, they broke down into tears and started begging me to forgive them. So apparently, my brothers picked them up the day before and brought them to the camp to drill them. They've been kneeling down in the sand for hours at this point. I asked my brothers to let them go. They were both smelling badly. It was clear that they both peed on themselves during the drilling. I even felt sorry for them. They were told that if they repeat this thing to any other lady, they were going to receive worse than they had received, and they were asked to leave. The two of them could hardly even walk out of there. I think it serves them right. They messed with the wrong woman. This happened a few months ago though, and I don't know when I am going to learn to trust another man ever again. Hey! Guys, thank you so much. If you made it to this point, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate you. And if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please do well to subscribe. Drop your opinion in the comment section. Like this video and share to your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.